So what do you want for brunch?
How about some of those portobello mushrooms?
I'm on it. Hi, welcome to Rick's Health. I almost did it again. Welcome to Rick's Healthy Outdoor Kitchen. We've got a really blustery, windy, nasty day, but I think we got a break in the weather, and Nikki wants portobello mushrooms. So that's what we're gonna make today. We're gonna take portobello mushrooms. I'm gonna show you how to do it in a second. We're gonna stuff it with some sauteed goodness, and then we're gonna crack an egg on top of it. Now, that's gonna go into the grill. Normally we do this in the oven. I have never, ever done it on this before. As our motto says, this could go horribly, horribly wrong. Okay, let's start with a little prep. These are already done. And here's a really big key that you need to know. The rim around the portobello has to be intact because we're gonna crack an egg in it. And we don't want the egg to run out. Now I've got a busted one I wanna show you. This would never work because he's out. But what we wanna do is all of these little, I don't know what you call them, fingery, hairy things, they're edible, you can eat them, but they're better for the compost pile. Let me show you. What you want to do, I'm gonna put it up here, is go right to the edge and just kind of scrape this away. And scrape and scrape and scrape. I'm doing a bad job. You want to preserve the rim. And then that stuff just kind of goes away. I, as you can see on the done ones, tend to scoop out a little bit. And the reason I'm scooping it out a little bit is I'm putting some goodness in there. Honestly, if you have too thick of a portobello mushroom, it tends to taste only like portobello mushrooms. Now I know you purists out there are going, oh my God, but it's so good. Yeah, it is good, but I want to taste everything. I'm just basically going to throw them in here. Now on the grill, I've got this rack, which is sort of lifting it up a little bit off of the burners. I don't actually want to grill the mushrooms. What I want to do is get those about halfway heated. Now, while we're doing that, let me show you all the goodness we've got. We have got scallions. We've got a jalapeno pepper, and that's some garlic. We've got a tomato chopped up, more scallion parts. This is very decorative. We've got cilantro. We also have a couple other things. We've obviously got the eggs. I'm gonna do something also along with this. I'm gonna grill some tomatoes. And by that, I mean I'm gonna take yummy tomatoes, I'm gonna stuff them with feta, brush them with some dusted, let's try it again. Butter dust. They're gonna be good. I can't even speak, it's still damn early. We've got some other things and we'll get to it. We've got a great beverage coming up, but for now, I'm gonna let these get a little heated up and I'm gonna start sauteing this yumminess. Okay, as I mentioned, we've been having rain for days and we're gonna have rain for days, so I gotta turn everything on super high heat because the wind is just blowing through this place. Now what I wanna do is hit this with a little extra virgin olive oil, and you want the really, really good stuff, by the way. Also, I forgot to mention, as you're putting this together, you want the ingredients to be dry. And the reason is, as you're cooking this, the moisture is going to leach out and you don't want everything to be this big gooey mess. Now, by dry, I mean, don't go crazy on the oil. All right, what are we going to put in? Where's my knife? There it is. I'm not going to put all of this in, just a little bit of scallion, a lot of bit of garlic. Actually, let me flip this guy on, that way you can actually see what I'm doing. A lot of bit of garlic because, hell, who doesn't love garlic? I'm just gonna put in a little bit of the jalapenos and a little bit of the tomato. Now I'm gonna make 3 of these. And the reason I'm making 3 of these is in my usual fashion, I'm gonna screw up one of them and I want 2 for us to eat. Now the rest of this is kind of go for later. I'll throw a little bit of scallion in there just because. And that's literally it for the innards. We just wanna saute that up, hit it with a little. If you watched my last video, you saw that I went absolutely bat crap crazy with the salt. I'm not doing that again. Man, I wish I didn't have to use this so hot. All right. And you just want to get that lightly sauteed. Lightly is the key word here because it's still going to cook more in the oven, but I don't want it to get soggy. I want it to retain a little bit of crispy, and believe it or not, that's probably pretty much done. Well, I've screwed up already. Let me show you this. What I did was I was preheating the mushrooms and I completely forgot about them. and now they're frickin' flat. Absolutely frickin' flat. So this is not going to be stuffed mushrooms as much as I don't know what it's going to be. We're going to have some fun with it. This is going to be the world's ugliest dish, but I'm going to show you how to put it together. And Lord, I hope this works. Okay, we're going to take you and you, because you're the only two that even remotely have a rim on it. I'll try this one. What we want to do is take some of this yummy goodness, put it in the middle. Some of this yummy, there's no middle on this one. That really sucks. I got no room for the eggs, but we'll make do. Okay, close enough. We also want to have a little bit of spinach, and I'm just going to tear it up and dust it on there and there. Oops, we don't want that part. This, by the way, is the reason why when you go to the store, you buy twice as much as what you really thought you needed, because you're going to screw up. What else do we need? We need some feta cheese. Now here's the fun part about this meal. You can make it anything you want. If you want to make it Moroccan, use Moroccan cheese. If you want to make it Greek, go crazy with the Greek, or Italian, use mozzarella. You could put any cheese, any green, any spices you want on it. This is just sort of generic, but I like feta cheese. So we're going to take some feta and put it on top, and take some feta. Actually, you know, I just had an idea. Normally I would crack an egg right on top of this and let it cook. See how flat it got? It ain't gonna work. So what I'm gonna do, oh my God, I love feta cheese. What I'm gonna do, these things warming, let the cheese melt, and then I'm gonna fry some eggs in here and then put them on top of it. How's that sound to you guys? So the wind is picking up a little bit. You know, on the good news side is I'm not turning beet red from the heat and sweating in the food. On the bad side is I got to do battle with both wind and that loud noise you hear over there. I apologize for that. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to get this pan hot, but I want to make the tomatoes as well. What do I do with the cheese? The tomatoes are very simple. These are just, I don't know, vine-grown tomatoes. You want to slop the top off, dig out the insides, because A, no one likes the insides, and B, I want a place to put the feta. Now just put a big chunk of feta in the middle of each. Oops, get in there. Wow, I am just struggling. This is why I'm not a morning person. We're gonna have a little trick of, can he do it, in a second. You need to get some breadcrumbs. I'm using, I don't know where that lid went. I'm using panko, and I'm gonna season it with a little salt and pepper. Oh, that was the salt. Shoot, I thought that was the pepper. Okay, you know what these are gonna taste like, don't you? The idea is to, I need the oil too. You want to drizzle some oil all over your modders. Yes, I know if I had done this the other way around, bunk. You want to get some breadcrumbs on it and fish that out. I would, let's do it the easy way. See, I am a smart man. Basically, take these things, stick them in your grill. Now, I also should have mentioned, you can probably see from back there, is I've got the mushrooms on the top rack where it's going to be heated. So I'm going to crank the heat up a little bit. Am I going to knock my mushrooms down? No, there we go. Going to let that heat, going to let that heat. We're going to cook the eggs as well, and then we're going to come back and assemble everything. Okay, this is actually turning out pretty good. I am actually frying the eggs. I've got one already. You want to make them sunny side. Ooh, I need to turn you down. You want to make them sunny side up. But now, while you're doing all this, you can't live by food alone. You're going to need a beverage. So, well, everyone knows what a mimosa is, right? You take a little champagne, you take a little orange juice. Well, I'm going to make it a tropical style for you. And the way we do this is we start not with a champagne, but with cava. You don't know what cava is? Get your butt to Spain. Cava is Spain's, whoa, hang on. I need to take care of this real quick. Problem is I have got the burner on this thing on 5 gazillion because the wind keeps blowing it out. Don't break, don't break. Shoot, hang on, he tried to break. That's gonna be a fun one. La la la. Ow, 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 son of a, not what you're expecting. All right, so we got an egg a-cooking. Now, back to what I was talking about. Cava is Spain's bubbly. It is much lighter. It's, I don't want to say it's like Prosecco because everybody from Spain is just going to yell at me. Cava is Cava. It comes in different colors. This is the white. I love Cava. You drink the crap out of this over in Spain. You also drink vermouth and you drink gin and tonics, and well, you drink a whole lot. Okay, what makes this tropical? Pineapple nectar. Yummy, yummy, yummy stuff. Here's something that most people outside of the tropics don't use. Mango nectar. It is, well, it tastes like mango. This is the way I kind of like it. Garnish it with a couple of oranges. And you have got mimosa a la Miami. Okay, let's plate. Now, first of all, I've got the burner going again because I need to touch some stuff up. What you want to start with, and I made this earlier today, is a balsamic vinegar glaze. This is kind of for decoration. It's also kind of for taste if somebody wants. I would also perhaps throw some sriracha on there. I'm not going to today. The scallions, green things. Oh, great, the wind is picking up just in time for this. These are edible. I kind of like to spread them out in like a little fan. Now, the reason, oh, come on, wind. Fine, you can have it. The reason I'm turning this back on and it keeps going out, this is so not gonna work. Wind, anytime. It's not helping a brother. Oh, we have a lull. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. These tomatoes are cooked. However, I want to brown them. So I'm gonna flip them over, bread side down. It wouldn't be a show unless I burned crap out of myself, would it? Ow! Let them brown. What we wanna do is take the mushrooms, and if you can see these, they actually shrank down a lot. Normally, they would not look terribly like this. So you got those. I'm gonna turn this off. Hopefully they're a little brown. And you take a tomato and you put it on top. You take a tomato and you put it on top. Not the perfect plate. Did I have some garnish? What am I gonna put on for garnish? Take a couple more spinach leaves just so we have some color around the edges. That's yummy. Shall we go see if Nikki wants it? All right, the bad news is Nikki is working. It's a Monday, she has off. I do not today, so I'm gonna show you what it looks like. You can, big surprise, it looks like a tomato with feta in there. This, however, and I'm gonna cut this and then take it over and show you, is not supposed to look like this. But, I hold it way up here. Nah, it's not really showing up really well. Normally, these would be like little mushroom pockets. You would have this bowl and a little bit of goodness and a little bit of melt. Okay, in typical Rick fashion, my memory card filled up on the main camera, and I have no idea at this moment how much you're actually going to see. But what I can show you is the part that I didn't eat and the part that I served for Nikki. It ain't as pretty, but let's see if she likes it. So what do you think, baby? Any good?
Well, it looks incredible.
Well, that's a start.
This is.
I have to admit something. I made a mistake.
Looks like a very good mistake.
When I did the mushrooms to heat them up, they completely flattened out. There was no rim. I had to fry an egg and throw it on top of them.
Oh.
So they're not your eggs. Would you like a knife? Apparently, I gave you a really crappy one. Oh.
No. It's, you know what it actually is. The plate is textured, so it's hard to cut through. There you go. Ooh. Mmm.
Better than yours? Not as good? Same?
It's almost there. It's almost there. And my mimosa?
That is a tropical mimosa. You have got mango, pineapple, and cava.
Wow. You did an excellent job, baby. I did not expect this.
Yeah. Yum, yum, yum. before she gets another bite in. Or she can just put one in my mouth.
You want some too? You mean it wasn't just for me?
Yeah, it's all yours, baby.
Oh, thank you. Love you.
Mwah.